Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are going to dive deep into a piece of hardware that's, pretty much the backbone of so many networks, the Cisco Catalyst 9300. We're going to totally master its boot process, from a perfectly normal, happy startup, all the way to a full-blown emergency recovery. So yeah, let's get you ready for that moment when things go sideways.
Just picture it for a second. The entire network is dark. Phones are lighting up, tickets are just piling up like crazy, and that key switch? It's completely unresponsive. It feels like a very, very expensive brick, right? I mean, this is a super high-stakes scenario, and knowing what to do next, well, that's what separates a good network admin from a truly great one.
So first, let's talk about how things are supposed to work. In a perfect world. The normal boot process of a switch is kind of like a steady, reliable heartbeat. It powers on, it loads up its software, and it just quietly keeps your entire digital world connected and running smoothly. No drama.
And honestly, when everything's healthy, it's about as simple as it gets. You connect your console cable just so you can see what's happening, you plug in the power, and you wait a few moments for that friendly command prompt to pop up. That's it. That's all there is to it when things are going right. But we all know we don't live in a perfect world, do we? Suddenly, the boot process fails. That prompt, it never shows up. The network's heartbeat has stopped, and that whole calm, easy routine is just replaced by this rush of adrenaline. So what do?
Okay, so what's going on here? This usually means one thing. The switch just can't find or load its operating system. That's the Cisco iOS XE. The file might be corrupted, maybe it got deleted somehow, or the boot instructions are just pointing to the wrong place. It feels like a crisis for sure, but trust me, it's a very fixable one.
This is your moment. You're not just a technician anymore, you're the first responder. And with the right know-how, you can absolutely take control of this situation and bring that network right back from the brink. You're about to perform a little bit of IT magic.
To pull this off, we need to get into a special recovery environment. Think of it like the switch's emergency room, or maybe better, an IT surgeon's toolkit. It's called ROM-Mon, and that's exactly where we're going to perform these critical repairs.
So what exactly is ROM-Mon? Well, it stands for ROM Monitor, and it's this super basic, low-level program that actually runs before the main operating system even tries to load. Its entire reason for existing is to help you fix things when the main OS can't boot. It's basically our powerful backdoor into the system.
Now, getting into ROM-Mon requires a very specific physical sequence. It's kind of like a secret handshake with the hardware. You unplug the switch, then you press and hold down that little mode button right on the front. Then, while you're still holding it down, you plug the power cable back in. You just got to keep holding it until you see that special switch prompt pop up on your console. That's your signal. You're in.
Okay, we made it. We've successfully entered the recovery environment. Now we're not going to let the switch try and fail on its own anymore. From here on out, we are taking direct manual control to tell it exactly what to do.
And this is our command line. That simple switch prompt, that's where the recovery officially begins.
First things first, we gotta play detective a little bit. We're gonna type dir flash to look inside the switch's main storage. What are we looking for? We're hunting for the operating system file. That's the one that always ends in .bin.
All right, now we get very, very direct. Using the set boot command, we are literally telling the switch, hey, for this next boot up, I want you to completely ignore everything else and use this exact file. This is the crucial step because we're overriding whatever bad instructions it had before. So, we've looked at the problem, we've found our solution, and we've given the switch its explicit instructions. There is only one thing left to do. And the final command is just one simple word, boot. You type that in, you hit enter, and you've just told the switch, wake up and use the exact file I pointed you to. And just like that, your network starts coming back to life.
Fantastic. We've recovered the switch. But a true pro doesn't just fix problems. They figure out how to prevent them. So let's look at a few common issues and the steps you can take to make your network just that much more resilient.
This right here is a great little cheat sheet. If your switch is stuck in a constant reboot loop, you know the fix. Get into ROM-Mon. If it boots up, but it's like a brand new switch with a blank config, well, that means you need to double-check your boot system commands, and this is so important, save your configuration. And if you ever see that manual boot is turned on, you can turn it off with a simple no boot manual command. These are the quick fixes that are going to save you from so many future headaches. So, there you have it. You've successfully brought a critical piece of your network back from the dead. And that is a huge win, seriously. But it does bring up a bigger question, doesn't it? A single failure really shouldn't take down your whole operation. This whole experience proves you've got the skills, but what's your next step to make sure the entire network is robust enough to handle the unexpected? Now that's the real challenge.